Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. During season 14, episode 13 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, photos of Mauricio Umansky kissing a woman in Greece were a major topic of discussion. And while we didn't see Kyle Richards and her daughter's real-time reaction to the photos popping up online, Kyle recapped it during the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show. My daughters are seeing that, so it's not just me. I know that's weird for them. They've only seen their mother and father together. That's strange for them. That doesn't feel good to them, Kyle shared. They of course were upset by seeing that picture. Of course they were. Sometimes they get more upset, even, than I do. However, the photos did serve a good purpose for the family. It's another reminder that we need to move forward, Kyle added. We need to do something and make decisions now. Kyle and Mauricio have 4 daughters. Farrah Brittany, who is Kyle's daughter from her first marriage to RHOBH, Alexia Umansky, Sofia Umansky, and Portia Umansky. Despite Mauricio and Kyle's separation, the family is extremely close and enjoys spending time together. They even spent Christmas together in Aspen last December. Though tabloids reported Kyle was super upset about the photos of Mauricio, she revealed during the after show that that wasn't at all the case. As she put it, "No, I wasn't crying about it like some of the rumors had said I was. Still, they were strange to see. I'm not the first person to get divorced. People get divorced. But last week was my 29th wedding anniversary. I mean, we're not together, but you know, this is a lot of years that we spent together. So obviously seeing these photos is strange for me," Kyle explained. "I feel like I'm looking at someone else, someone I don't know." When asked who the mystery woman was on RHOBH season 14, episode 13, Kyle said she had no idea. Headlines shown during the episode, however, stated that the woman is a Russian-born actress who is 20 years Kyle's junior. For most of their lives, Kyle Richards' daughters have been accustomed to life in the spotlight. Cameras flashing at restaurants, red carpets as a family outing, even the occasional tabloid headline about their mother's latest drama on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Fame was, in many ways, part of the family fabric. But this was different. It started like a slow rumble before an earthquake. A casual glance at Instagram, a flood of DMs from friends who didn't know what to say. Paparazzi photos splashed across TMZ and Page 6. Mauricio Umansky, their dad, walking down a sunny Los Angeles street, hand in hand with another woman. A source close to the estranged couple tried to soften the blow, calling it a friendly outing. But the photos said everything their daughters were afraid to ask. For Kyle's daughters, Farrah, Alexia, Sofia, and Portia, seeing their dad so publicly entangled in speculation about a new romance was a punch to the gut, no matter how mature they were or how much reality TV had toughened their skin. Farrah al-Jifri, Kyle's eldest, had been through this before, albeit in a quieter pre-Instagram age, when her own father, Garash al-Jifri, and Kyle divorced. But this felt different. Mauricio was the man who raised her, who called her his daughter from the moment he married Kyle. For Farrah, loyalty had always been her love language. She didn't just feel protective over her mother, but over the family brand they had built, a glittering image of the perfect blended family. That perfect image now lay shattered across the internet, and Farrah, Ev the Fixer, couldn't help but go into crisis management mode. Her first reaction wasn't even anger, it was defense. "This can't be real," she muttered under her breath as she scrolled through her phone, pacing around her sleek Beverly Hills living room. There has to be an explanation. But the explanation was irrelevant. The photos were out there. The narrative was already being written. What hurt Farrah the most was how public it all felt. How her family's heartbreak had become clickbait for people who had never even met them. But beneath her professional, PR-ready exterior, there was a deeper fear. What if this was the beginning of the end? Not just of Kyle and Mauricio's marriage, but of the wholeness they had built. Alexia, the second eldest, had always seen her parents with clear eyes. Working alongside Mauricio at the agency, she knew better than anyone that charm was his currency. He was the guy who could sell a $20 million mansion to someone who only came for the free champagne. She admired it, but she also understood the danger of that charm. When the photos hit the internet, Alexia didn't go into denial the way Farrah did. She went straight into numbness. "Of course," she said quietly, showing Sofia the images as they sat side by side on her bed. "I knew this was coming." But knowing didn't make it hurt any less. Alexia had always prided herself on being pragmatic. She could detach her emotions when necessary, especially at work. But this wasn't a luxury real estate deal. This was her family. And as much as she wanted to stay calm, her stomach twisted at the comments she was already seeing. Strangers dissecting her parents' marriage like it was a soap opera storyline, conveniently forgetting that the characters involved were real people. Sophia was the sensitive one, the daughter who always felt everyone else's emotions before her own. She cried at commercials, worried about how the housekeepers were doing, and was the first to sense when Kyle's smiles on camera were a little too forced. So when she saw the photos, Sophia didn't just feel her own heartbreak. She felt her mother's, their sisters', and even Mauricio's. "He must be so embarrassed," she whispered, her voice trembling as she FaceTimed Portia. "Even if he messed up, this doesn't feel good for anyone." Sophia couldn't stop thinking about how this would play out for Kyle. The awkward Bravo interviews, the social media vultures picking apart her every word and outfit, the inevitable headlines comparing her to Mauricio's rumored new flame. And then there was Portia, the baby of the family, who was about to find out that fairy tale marriages didn't always end happily ever after. At 16, Portia was no stranger to drama. Being born into the Housewives universe meant meltdowns and makeups were practically a family tradition. But this was her parents. The two people who danced in the kitchen on Sunday mornings, who bickered over the thermostat, who once dressed up as Sunny and Cher for Halloween. For Portia, seeing the photos felt like someone had hacked into her diary and published her worst fear. She didn't want to talk about it at first. When her friends sent screenshots, she left them on read. When her sisters brought it up at family dinner, she stared at her plate. It wasn't until Kyle found her crying in her room, the same room Mauricio had painted her walls in when she was 8, that she finally let it out. I thought you guys were forever," Portia whispered through tears. "I thought we were different." Kyle knew this moment would come. Divorce rumors had swirled for months, and while she and Mauricio had tried to handle their separation privately, the public eye was relentless. She'd been through scandals before, cheating accusations, family feuds, even a stolen house goddamn ring. But this felt personal in a way the others didn't. This involved her children's perception of love. That night, Kyle gathered her daughters in the living room, just like they used to for movie nights. No cameras, no glam, just family. "We're gonna get through this," she told them softly, her voice cracking but certain. "It's not gonna be easy, and it might get uglier before it gets better. But we're the Richards girls. We've been through worse." Farah nodded, already mentally drafting statements. Alexia crossed her arms, skeptical but silent. Sophia wiped away tears and squeezed Portia's hand. And Portia, the youngest, the dreamer, looked up at her mom and whispered the question that haunted them all. "Do you still love him?" Kyle's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't hesitate. "Yes," she said simply. "But sometimes love changes." The room was quiet after that, not because anyone had answers, but because for the first time in a long time, they were all feeling the same thing. It didn't feel good, but at least they were feeling it together.